What is up, guys? We are looking at the new set that is coming in September to us from Japan. It is called Incandescent Arcana. Now, this set will have about 68 cards and be released on, it looks like here, September 2nd, I believe I saw somewhere in this post. Um, and this is more than likely going to be our the cards that make up our December set, which will probably, actually almost certainly be our last set of the sword and shield block. Then, moving into whatever Violet Scarlet block we have coming in February. So this is like our last one or two, maybe three sets left in Japan of this X and Y block. Not X and Y. What are we in? Sword and Shield block that we're in right now. So we are getting to the end of the block. And so we're going to kind of take a look at some of these cards and see what they are. We see that there's an Alolan Vulpix V-Star. And we see these beautiful character rares. They're actually getting really good. I think that's Serena with the, what's the middle stage? Braixen. And then we have the Diana, the champion, with the Gardevoir, which is actually a beautiful, beautiful art. And then we have a new Prism Star in the form of Jirachi. Or not Prism, Radiant Pokemon. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it's late, and I was about to go to bed, and then I saw these were up. So I figured I might as well record before I go to bed so you guys can get my honest first look at stuff before I go to bed. Anyway, Pokeball, Reverse Hollows are back. So let's take a look at some of these new cards. There's a Zarude that has Drag-Off. Switch one of your Pokemon 20, nothing crazy. And then 2 Grass, 70x, 3 coins. This art's pretty sick, but the card's pretty bad. We have the Fennekin that says get a supporter card, put it in your hand. Not very good. Then we've got the Braixen, which is the same as the character right here. Combustion, 30 damage. Flare Parade, 2 colorless, 60x each. Serena in your discard. I assume Serena is a supporter we just saw, so we can max at up to 240 with a double colorless on Flare Parade. Now let's see if Serena has a way of getting itself into the discard or not. Delphox is 60x each Serena in your discard, so this keeps going with the effect. For single colorless is a pretty good attack cost. Actually not terrible, so better than meme status, but mostly dream status, I think. CC Energy Crush, 50x the number of energy your opponent has in play. Pretty good, actually. Kind of a good punish. Reshiram V, a beautiful art. I hope this thing has an alt, maybe. This would be a pretty beautiful alt, which implies it will probably have a Zekrom V at some point, actually. Gleaming Winds, 2 basic from your deck, attach them to one of your Pokemon in play, so just a setup for fire types. Unfortunately, being water weak right now is not very good. Fire Colors, 200 Flippant Tails. Nothing next turn? Okay, not bad. Just Fire Colors is a weird cost. Alolan Vulpix V, kind of cute. It's kind of weird that they're not going into the Alolan Ninetales V-Star or something here. They're just sticking with the Vulpix and keeping the theme, interestingly enough. Snow White drop, no energy cost. 10 plus 50 for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. Interesting. Actually, a ton of damage that you can come do out of nowhere. Assuming each deck has probably 2 Vs in play at a time. 110 is not significant enough, which is what Frost Smash does, but for no energy cost, could be pretty spicy. Alolan Vulpix V-Star has the Snow Mirage attack for water double colorless, 160, and basically shreds. And during your next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from Pokemon with abilities. Yes, Pokemon can gust around and do whatever, but no abilities, no dice. I guess, does Path work with, if you path away your own ability with Path to the, I'm going to double read Path. So if you rulebox away your abilities, does that mean that you can still attack into Vulpix? Answer in the comments below if you know. I think the answer is yes. I want to say the answer is yes here because the ability no longer exists, so then you should be able to attack. Okay, anyway, the V-Star attack here is Silver Snow Star, 70x number of Pokemon V in play. So another V punishing attack. Again, you're probably capping at 210 for nothing, so kind of a mediocre attack. Ralts is a just 10 and no use that ability. I like this Curlia Refined, discard 1, draw 2. It's basically got trade on it, but the attack is not very good. And then the Gardevoir has the exact same ability, trade, with this Refine here, but it's on a stage 2 once again here. Esper is Mumble for 10. It's got the, oh god, this art is something. Oh Jesus, this is nightmare fuel. I shouldn't have looked at this right before bed, good god. Yeah, nothing. Meowstic is, when you evolve this card, you can search your deck for 2 supporters, put them in your hand. Kind of cool, actually. really cool consistency on a stage 1. I like them giving stage 1's abilities like this. Makes them semi-playable. Super Spy is 80. Radiant Jirachi is Pass a Wish. When it's knocked out, search it out for 3, put them into your hand. Stellar Doom, flip 2 coins if both heads attack active is knocked out. This is another good reason why Expanded should never exist, because you can just will with this card. And then the ability seems pretty cool, but again, it's only cool until you realize that Path to the Peak is played in the majority of decks. So, yeah, it's okay. It deals with things in a non-path format, but that's about it. Clink, Clang, gets a medal, or gets a Pokemon, sorry. Ton of damage here. This is insane in pre-release format, by the way. And then Clink Clang is when you play this card to evolve from your hand, you may search for 3 basic attachment from your Pokemon any way you like. That's actually pretty good. Not to net, but like to candy and just accelerate 3 out of nowhere. But again, maybe Clink Clank Dialga is better than Magnezone Dialga in some weird way. Yeah. And then last but not least is Serena. Choose 1, discard. Oh, this is a choose 1 effect. Gotcha. Discard up to 3 from your hand, so you have to discard 1, and then draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. A very interesting support. And then the second effect is switch your opponent's bench to V with their active. So it's like a pseudo boss, but also fills your hand. It could be interesting if we have a world where like the only thing we want to boss is the V Pokemon, but that has not ever been the case. Like there's always been a world where bossing like a 1 prizer to clean up the game, or bossing just a random thing to clean up the game has been better than having this sort of an effect. But this is interesting because this does couple with these guys really well. The Delphox line. Switch and Judge are back as well. So initial thoughts. Curly line is not playable. I think the Meowstic actually could see play potentially in some weird like 1 prize deck if you have space for it. The Radiant Jirachi is cool, but Path really, bones it. The Delphox line is somewhat playable. I think it's like meme status. A little bit above meme, but not quite good. This Reshiram is a little bit underwhelming, and the Alolan Vulpix is like really good if your opponents are bad. And I think Snow Mirage is a really cool ability, but again, I think if Snow Mirage is completely countered by Path to the Peak once again, I just feel like you can't play this. Like I just feel like you can't put this card into your deck if Path to the Peak turns that off. Obviously, Metal Weakness is completely irrelevant right now, but yeah. And the V-Star is like so weak, actually. The more I've thought about it, like the more like weak I think it is, because most V Pokemon decks other than Mew can function with only 2 Vs in play. So, an overall interesting set. Only thing to note is the character rays are absolutely gorgeous. Interested to see what the rest of the set will be. There's a Superior on the art, so I assume there's a Superior in the set of some form. Probably a V-Star. No, not a V-Star Superior, but just like a V. No, I don't even know. What could be in here. If this is one side, I wonder what the other side is going to be. Because there's always 2 sets that release, I think, simultaneously. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there's got to be one with Zekrom probably coming. There's no way they just do Reshiram, no Zekrom. But very interesting to see these cards. Don't really know how they'll affect the game, of course. But yeah, here's your first look at Incandescent Arcana. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I would really appreciate that. Subscriptions are great. We're trying to get to 5K by the end of the calendar year. That'd be awesome. It'd be a great New Year's gift for me. But yeah, I will see you guys in another video.